que hay, ay, 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 ay. Fundiendo cobre en la que hay, ay, 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 ay. Yeah. Quien no anda corre en la que hay, ay, 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 ay. Whoa, se despega like a rocket. Uy, yeah, she be my rocket. Yeah. Una de honey, honey. Yeah. Baby, no lo pares. Yeah. Si es la que hay, pues la que hay. Yeah. Y Peter Sonner, that's my kind. Whoa, lo quieres pa' mirar el time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Por si algún día ya no hay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoa, ey, no beben más o hay. Con Pau y Peter con limón no quieres tanquear. Yeah, que tío no hay mala desaprovecháis. Y aunque eso diera la ocasión así la aprovecháis. Le llega heavy, hoy no va a portarme bien. Toca pelle y me vacila 10 de 100. Ahora es pussy retrega constantemente. She's smoking glass, casi que rats. Mi nombre por tu ciudad. Baby, sigue que lo escuche el vecino atrás. Let's hop and cash. Y si preguntan la que hay, she want it, I got it, y acabo de asfixiar. Let's put it gas, la partidita al solitario. Y ahora todo around, yeah, yeah, yeah. Eso que tiene duplicado, yeah, yeah. Muévemelo para el otro lado, yeah. Oh yeah, no, que se amontone. Tranquilo, sáltame los botones. Los mamas y a mí me se moscones en todas las posiciones. Oh no, otro cero. Ruge bien si lo meto un aguacero. BBM, very big monetero. Quieren dinero, fundiendo cobre en la que hay, ay, 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 ay. Yeah. Que no anda corre en la que hay, ay, 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 ay. Ey, fundiendo cobre en la que hay, ay, 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 ay. Yeah. Que no anda corre en la que hay, ay, 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 ay. Take me by your side. I'm feeling so alive. I feel so alive, yeah. Have a long deep dive until you arrive and finally realize who I am. Let us swim through the depths of our heart, where every thought and emotions unfold. And as we surface, we'll see and know the beauty that lies within me and you. Take me by your side. I'm feeling so alive. I feel so alive, yeah. Have a long deep dive until you arrive and finally realize who I am. Let us swim through the depths of our heart, where every thought and emotions unfold. And as we surface, we'll see and know the beauty that lies within me and you.
Late start, but there's reasons behind it. And a little show and tell on my end. I figured out the problem on why I was having PC related to the streaming and this game and everything. Go into it in a little bit more detail. In the meantime, though, sit back, relax, grab some popcorn, and grab a lot of popcorn because we're in Red Bull Ring, but we don't have a lot of drivers. Spoiler alert. Anyway, get on with it. I just noticed I never actually updated, but I thought I did update. Uh oh, I updated the outro. Whatever. What's up, dudes? It's your boy Juan back at it again with the 5FI racing.com screen here. You know, put that in the URL and it'll load you to this a beautiful website. You can click all the buttons. The one that we're interested in though is a SimGrid. We're on season 9. We are in Red Bull Ring, but what we are more excited for the standings here. We have Jake Finn in P1 holding down P1. Has a nice little lead here. Has 218 points. This is for the gold split. Noah McComber trying to close that gap. He's in P2 right now. 177 points. Chandler Williams on his way to fight for P2 in potentially, if he can do anything about it, claw his way up to P1. Take it from Jake Finn. He has 170 points. Zach Manriquez and Albert Guiana, they are going to be fighting it out. Potentially try to make their way up to the podium spot here. Zach with 147. Guiana with 146. That is extremely close. Right under them, you have Thiago Dinarte. Greg Landry. Greg Landry, he's in a P6, 128 points. Thiago Dinarte, P7, 112 points. Will Stewart probably not going to be showing up anymore due to work and stuff, scheduling issues. But he's in P8 right now, 78 points. Zane Bliss get disqualified, unfortunately, but you know, maybe he'll come back. You know, who knows? But 58 points, followed by Joshua Worley, P10, 55 points. Jake Wells, P11, and Ryan Barkins, P12. That's golds. In the silvers, you have a Jacob Hart with 211 points here. Francis He has 205 points. He's in P2. They are going to be fighting it neck and neck throughout these next couple splits. I forgot which driver is probably not going to be showing up, but you know, if one of these drivers does that and doesn't show up, you know, they will lose their positioning. Alexander Sabo, he's currently holding down a P3, but Hugo is, as of lately, missing, but he is extremely close to Alexander Sabo. He can potentially fight his way to take P3. Logan Breedlove, he's in P5, 118 points. Brad Tarno, P6 with 116 points. They can battle it out. Potentially claw their way to P3 depending on how these next couple of races come. We only have 3 races left. We're gonna cap it off at P10. We have Jacob Myrie here, P7, 106 points. Justin Fry, P8 with 94 points. They are going to be having a healthy battle with Brad Tarno and Lucan Breedlove here. Miguel Ciceron, P9. Says DQ, but he's still racing with us, so I don't know what's that all about. Gonna ignore the DQ. And Piers Hanley rounding us off. He's in P10. That's 87 points. Oh, why is he disqualified? Why does he show up as disqualified? The mystery. So an interesting little tidbit here. We're in Red Bull Ring, but since I don't have the Red Bull Ring file, we're just gonna show the next track that we're gonna be racing at, and that's Kyalami. But before I forget, I might as well show what exactly happened here. You know, this is what was causing my issues. Like if I can just pull it up. Alright, so hopefully this doesn't hurt your eyes here, but I'm just gonna super zoom it in here. Apparently, Surfshark, I have Surfshark as a VPN and also as a virus thing. It detects ACC as a malware. So this whole time, Surfshark has been ruining the fun, and yeah. Give me a moment about Twitch. We only have 6 people. Embarrassing. Also, I need to move some things over now that I have my relays and everything all in check. So don't mind me. We're adjusting on the fly. Five people. Yeah. Honestly, at this point, I should just sign up for the races and crash the party. Do dual streams or something, like race in the race and race in the race. And that just vocabulary is fantastic today. Participate in the race as well as stream the event at the same time, you know. Push my brain to the absolute limit. Forget to break in turn 1. Destroy everyone's career. Oh, good content. Content for everyone here. We have we're watching Guyana go round and round at this current moment. It's a nice and sunny weather is what we like it here. It's 29 degrees Celsius outside and on track. Air weather. Love to see it. So I'm expecting some pretty good lap times. Actually, if this is correct and my thing isn't glitched out or ruined, we're still in practice? When we should be in quali? Bro, by the end of this stream, I'm gonna run out of jokes, and it's gonna be a bad thing for the next stream, and a bad thing for your ears. I'm just gonna lose all the viewers, which is probably not many, just me, I think. Not too sure. At least me for this current moment. Yeah, so a race is supposed to be I mean quali supposed to start first, supposed to have already been started. So you know, six people, bruh. Bruh. Everyone hates Red Bull Ring, I guess. Or maybe we're not starting late enough, you know, 7 o'clock PST. Maybe that's not late enough. We probably need to start at 9 p.m. PST, 10 p.m. PST. Might as well do noon, you know. Give nobody an excuse to join. Or torture everybody and make this a super early morning event. Like 3 a.m. PST. That'll give all my East Coast fam time to wake up, you know, get some coffee, join the race. Or maybe not. Maybe let's do it 1 p.m. PST just so, you know, my East Coast fam can do all that and still go to work. Because sim racing is an expensive hobby, I heard. KTM says they're ready to race, you know. They're also ready to break. A lot of our wheels are expensive. Pedals break. So I hear. leave you guys here with the beautiful music and autopilot. While I try to get an admin to advance the server, as we are behind. Um, I'm gonna leave you with the B-roll here for a little bit while I do try to do something in the background. Give me a minute. So we're in qualifying now. I was able to advance it. Hopefully, the drivers didn't. I hope basically, hopefully, it wasn't too abrupt and sudden because it just advanced quickly and suddenly. So if they were driving, it would basically just teleport them immediately to the pits. It can be jarring if you're on VR, I have heard. So yeah. So I thought I had all the information and everything ready for a Red Bull Ring, but apparently I don't even have track data for it. This is my personal thing where I give you how long the track is, what are the best setups, what are the key action areas, stuff like that. Or just like just fun little track information, I guess. Fun little tidbits. Um, which is so weird because we raced here before, so I should have at least a B-roll, personal B-roll. Man, Riquez with a really fast lap. Holy smokes. 129.805. Francis not too far behind. A 129.832. Down by just 200ths of a second. It'll be interesting to see if he puts down a better who we're actually going to spectate in this current moment is gonna be. Oh, he just went dirty. Sucks. Okay, we're gonna go back to Americas here, who's gonna be putting down a really good lap, potentially a really good lap. He's gonna be putting down an even faster personal best in qualifying if he can keep it within the track. And he just steps out a little bit too far there. Unfortunate. I guess track limits during qualifying hour aren't that lenient. They're pretty strict. So before the server got pushed forward, we had Gianna, and you can actually see Gianna here. He's doing really good in terms of pacing. Just steps out a little bit wide and dirties the lap. We're gonna go over to him because 1 second would be huge in terms of qualifying pace. He's able to hold it and make it stick here. Not the worst, but not the best. He qualifies a P2 there. He has the pace to at least qualify P1. So will he do it? Only time will tell. Meantime, though, Macomber putting down a faster and faster lap times here. 129.132. Francis is in the Mercedes, which I've been driving. And I must say, it is a very nice car to drive. Absorbs bumps very nicely. A pretty fast, nimble little car. My only gripe with it is the suspension needs to be, I guess, at least for me, set up pretty good. Because if it's not, it ends up being a very bumpy ride, and if you don't set yourself up for success, depending on the corner entry, you're just gonna end up for a bad time, or you're gonna be asking for a bad time. Love here improving his overall pace here, up 0.3 of a second. It's honestly looking like our drivers are done qualifying here. I mean, with 6 people, it's I mean, how personal do you want to get? 'Cause, something that Albert here has told me is the Honda is a difficult car to drive or to manage. And in another league, I heard another driver say the exact same thing, that they hate the NSX. And I myself want to experience this hate. As weird as that sounds, I don't know. It's just the car looks nice to me. I guess it's just very snappy. So the car just takes inputs and amplifies it to the absolute maximum, which can be good and can be bad, because if you put a bad input, it will be atrocious. You'll go wide or drift or wipe out. If you do a good input though, you'll potentially be extremely fast. So there's that. But I mean that goes with any car really. Do a good input and you'll get a good output. This one though, I heard it's a little bit more difficult to drive. Managing this NSX is it's a different beast. Albert though doing a really good job staying within 3/10 of Macomber. I mean, look at all these quali times. 129, 129, 129, 129, 130, 132. Pretty pretty close if I do say so myself. Excuse my quietness. The race is going to be starting very soon. Hopefully it starts very soon and I don't need to advance the server. Nonetheless, though, we have Macomber in P1 with a 129.132. In fact, P1 to P4, P5 even is going to be a huge battle. The only one that I see is going to be potentially struggling is Myri here. Not struggling in the sense that he's going to just wreck or whatever. It's just struggling in terms of lap time. So everyone else is probably going to be running away from him. The top four, at least, are going to keep it really close together. This is almost going to be a battle of who can overtake who and keep up in front, I believe. That's where it's going to matter. If I'll be honest. Macomber has 2 purple sectors. Francis actually has the first purple sector. So by just a hair, by 7 thousandths of a second, he beat it from Guyana. So that's how close sector 1 will be. For at least these 2 drivers. They're basically driving identical lap times. Or identical sector, sorry, excuse me. Only time can tell. If there's going to be, or who, it's the only time will tell who's gonna have a battle. Things along that nature. Well, this is awkward. Usually I would be able to like hit drive and yo, wait. I can't even. Okay, there we go. Oh, that was weird. So we got Macomber, P1. I didn't check any livery, so excuse me if anyone has something new to show. I think the only one that I'm questioning is Breedlove here, unless he's actually rocking a stealth black Lamborghini. Lamborghini. God damn, I'm all over the place. Ferrari. Unless he's rocking a stealth black, then my apologies. But Macomber P1, Guyana P2, Francis P3, Manriquez P4, Breedlove P5, Myri P6. In fact, what we are gonna do, just like we've been doing every other day, because it's such a small grid, we are gonna actually fly the drone, have some fun. Because why not? Honestly, it's gonna be interesting to see how these guys take turn 1. But them being pretty much neck and neck in terms of pace. Green light is gonna be coming up very, very soon. And away they go. Green is out a whole hour with these 6 guys. Turn 1 is coming up. Everyone is being super respectful. I'm quite pleasantly surprised and actually like it a lot. If I'm quite honest. We got Gianna making moves though, already overtaking Macomber. Francis. Was that? Yeah, that was Francis. He was struggling a little bit. Went kind of wide, very wide. I thought there was about to be a little mishap here, but nothing yet. We have a couple of our drivers battling it out. We're gonna get helicopter views going out. All our drivers are pretty close together. Still a nicely packed grid. No one necessarily running away as of yet. Which is good, you know. But a little interesting. At least for the beginning of the race. A nice little personalized grid. We love it and we hate it. And you know, once the action dies, it dies. We got Francis creeping up on Luke and makes the move in turn 2. No switchback, but Breedlove is extremely close, pretty much kissing the bumper of Francis there. Smelling all that Mercedes exhaust fumes. Probably not very healthy for the Ferrari, but who am I to judge? Still a fairly close race here. We're gonna jump from these two and well, we were gonna check out to see what Macomber was doing, but now we're gonna check out to see what Zach is doing since Macomber made a little bit of a mistake there. Excuse me, I was wrong. Albert made a huge mistake there. Went from P1 to P6 in that one brief instant. How unfortunate. We'll show the replay if we get a little bit of time. As soon as this battle is over, we got that happening in the background. We have Lucan wrecking. I wonder what happened to him. We're gonna investigate that later in the future here. A potential switchback there. Looked like Zach Manriquez didn't want to take it. Probably felt like he was getting a little bit too close there. Too close for comfort. In terms of pace, Zach is running a little bit faster of a lap compared to Noah Macomber as of this current moment. It's not showing on screen, but Macomber is running a 131. Zach is running a 130. Albert already overtaking. Oh wait, he did. He overtook Breedlove, but he's battling it out with Myri here. Who looks like he might have got a little bit wide, but now he's giving Albert the toe up to turn 1. Stays right behind Myri. Stays really close. Good exit. Continues the toe down to turn 2. Myri's gotta be feeling the heat, especially with someone driving so close. He tries to make a move on the inside. He does. Myri respects him, gives him a little bit, a lot of bit of a space. What do you think? Too aggressive? Not aggressive enough on by Albert? Not defensive enough by Myri? I don't know. I want to see your comments. I think that was a fairly aggressive move by Albert. And a good margin of safety by Myri. I honestly probably would have done the same. Maybe not gone out as wide. Probably would have squeezed out, just a little bit. Try to get him to slow down just a tad bit. Up in the front though, you still have Zach keeping it within half a second. Of Macomber. I'll hop into the passenger seat with Zach Manriquez here. Watch him go round and round. Has a smooth exit coming out of what I think is turn 3. Not so much in turn 4. But has a pretty great exit the following corner after that. I mean, not bad driving. He is unfortunately losing a little bit of ground from Macomber. Macomber ever so slightly now pulling away. Oh my. Oh, we have some action in the back. If I can get the camera right. There we go. Francis went off-roading, testing the off-road capabilities of that Mercedes, and dare I say, not great. Albert, though, coming back from the back. Currently in P3. So, it's moving on up. He has a lot, and I mean a lot of ground to cover, though. He is roughly 7 seconds from Manriquez. And around 8.5 seconds from Macomber. Francis, though, getting the toe from Albert, not making a move, doesn't have enough speed to make an overtaking attempt as of yet. But he is still hot on Albert's tail. Both hard on the brakes. Uphill they go. Francis going just a tad bit wide there, losing a little bit of time. Lost around half a second off that one mistake there. I'm gonna say, at least judging from the camera view here, we're paying attention to Albert here and remembering everyone's comments that the Honda NSX is absolutely atrocious to drive around. Albert is making it look smooth and easy, at least from the outside. From the inside, who knows? Maybe he is shitting bricks, so to speak. And as soon as I said it, he got just the tiniest bit of squirrely there. Why don't we hop into his passenger seat and watch him do a hot lap around here in Red Bull Ring? Coming up to turn 2, he's hard on the brakes. Gotta cut that corner, get as close to it as possible without losing traction. Early on the gas, hard on the gas, and away he goes up to the next braking zone here. Hard on the brakes. Looks like he went a little bit early, at least for my taste. Nonetheless, though, next corner coming up, brake around the 50 mark, downshift, accelerate, and you brake once again, and this one around halfway, you're supposed to accelerate, hop those curbs, use the full width of the track to not lose any speed. Just to brake near the 50 board in this corner, and once again braking hard, try to clip the inside of that corner as much as possible without throwing off the balance of the car, and thus completes one lap on Red Bull Ring. He's putting down really good times though, and 129.825, and not bad at all. Personal best being a 129.780, so can't be upset at that. Too upset with that. What we can be upset with is he's been making a little bit of mistakes there. I've noticed. While we have time here, let's see the damage on Francis. Not much, which is really good. What about Luke in here, Mr. Breedlove? If there's aero damage, I can't tell. It just honestly looks like it's just cosmetic at this point. Which is really good considering he was pretty much facing a wall. Up in the front, we have Zach still trying to give Macomber a run for his money. Both of them in the Porsche, so it's a whoever has the better setup and whoever is the better driver wins tonight. So for Macomber, keeping it in front. Zach not far behind. Their lap times are very, 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 very close. Macomber running a .472 last lap, and Manriquez running a .612. So between them is 0.2 of a second, almost 0.3. And with 45 minutes left in the race, Only time will tell to see who has the better consistency. Whose tires are who's going to be wasting less tires. And how's that pit strategy gonna hold up? Because everyone has to take at least one pit, take at least 1 liter of fuel, and I do believe that tires are optional. So if Manriquez, well, hopefully either him or Macomber aren't listening, then strategies are gonna be exploited, or guessing games or whatever. If Manriquez decides to not take tires, and Macomber does, Manriquez would be up, if he keeps the pace up, 3 seconds ahead of Macomber coming out of the pits. This would only work though if Manriquez can maintain the pace that he's doing right now. And so far he pretty much is. He's actually made a new personal best for the lap. Macomber though running even faster now. He's extending the gap from 1.8 seconds to 2.5. So he's slowly but surely finding his groove, getting better as the race progresses. Why don't we check out our drivers in the back here? Start with Mr. Breedlove. I feel like every once in a while, or probably during this stream, I've already said his name as Bread Love. No clue, no idea why or where I put I replaced the E with an A, but just know that if I do say it, I sincerely apologize for saying it that way, but I mean no harm, no foul. Just my brain being dumb. But Mr. Breedlove here is a roughly 3.5, roughly about 3.5 seconds from Myri. Myri holding down at P5 right now. If he's able to run his personal best, he might be able to force a really good battle with Mr. Breedlove here. Myri driving the BMW. A very nice, one of my personal favorites to Trevor on the track. Aesthetic wise, it's very pleasing to the eye, at least to me. Francis going in for the pits. We have 40 minutes left in the race. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Francis not going into the pits anymore. At least he exited the track very safely. And I sincerely and greatly appreciate you for doing that. Not many drivers would. I'm gonna be honest. I probably wouldn't. I would just pull over to the side and quit. Safely, of course, safely. As safe as I could be. Well, with that, we have 5 remaining on track. A substantial gap between Mairi and Gianna. A gap of around 15 seconds. And from Gianna to Manriquez, a gap of around 9.5 seconds. Gianna holding down an amazing Sector 1. Has actually a purple lap in Sector 1. Be interesting to compare. Who has Sector 2 and 3? Not Zach, but Zach is doing really good Sector 3. That only leaves McComber here, who has a green Sector 1, so he's doing a very nice pace Sector 1. Pink or purple, whatever tickles your fancy. Sector 2, 39.145. But a not so great Sector 3. So who holds Sector 3 is... the real question. I have no idea. We're gonna stick with these two here who are going to be battling it out very soon. Breedlove, slowly but surely catching up to Mairi. Mairi's gonna have to go from his typical racing line to potentially going a little bit defensive. Looking like he's losing a lot of his a lot of his time just from that one corner from turn 2. Half a second already cut down. And still remaining half a second. This knows. Turn 2 is the Achilles heel of Mairi here. We'll get a POV with Mr. Breedlove very soon. Let's see how he does this turn and how he closes the gap so much. So this time around, Myri losing out about 3/10 of a second. Breedlove with a tiny mistake those last two corners though. This battle is looking to at least go the distance, as Myra here is running really nice consistent laps. He's braking where he needs to, hitting his apexes right where he needs to. I think consistency wise is top notch this current moment. His driving has improved immensely, using the full width of the track, hitting the apexes right here exactly where he needs to, accelerating where he should, getting a little squirrely there, but not too bad. Using the width of the track as he needs. And keeping the pace. Actually pulling away from Mr. Breedlove here. At this point, only time will tell to see who slips up. Who slips up first. It's looking like Myri here might be running a little bit of a higher traction control setting. Oh, but that's probably done on purpose so he doesn't, the car doesn't slip out from under him. Hit the apex. Got on the accelerator. Braking on time and hitting his apexes. I mean, doing a great job, and he's actually making it really difficult for Breedlove here. Got 31 minutes left in the race. And no one has taken their pits. As of yet. Noah McComber still with the session personal best. Who ran a 129.435.
We are halfway through, not over yet.
As now we're a little bit over halfway through the race. We'll have 29 minutes, 38 seconds left to go. Lukin's going in for the pit. Potential undercut strategy. Holy smokes, did he go in hot? Like, like too hot? We also have Zach Manriquez in the pits. Well, Zach Manriquez was in the pits. He's actually exiting the pits. Manriquez, the first person to complete their pit stop. Actually, everyone is just now entering the pits. We have Guiana in the pits as well as Macomber. And here comes Myri here. The only one who is out, or the only two who are now out on track is Manriquez and Breedlove. I am going to stay with Manriquez and then change to Breedlove to see where they lie in terms of the track. Manriquez looks like he did take tires. He's gonna be just behind Macomber though. Macomber also opting to take tires. Enriquez 5 seconds behind Macomber. Oof, that's gotta hurt. Myri still in the pits and Relove is on the straight. Now entering the straight. Myri's exiting the pits. Oh, this is gonna be close. It's looking like both of them also decided to take tires. Myri had a better pit stop though. Just about 2 seconds. Two seconds faster than Breedlove overall. Excuse me. Pit entry was 2 seconds faster. Pit exit though, he was 1.1 second slower. So overall, he's still slightly faster in the pitch, which explains why he's just about 2 seconds. There's a 2 second gap between Myri and Breedlove. Honestly, unless Macomber makes a serious enough mistake, looking like he's gonna be taking the W tonight. The battle between Myri and Breedlove is on. Uh, Breedlove closing the gap by a lot. Pace came out of nowhere. Gianna also closed the gap to Zach. Zach is going to be pressured very, very soon. No way. What happened? Did he get a stop and go? That would absolutely suck because of speeding in the pits. He did. No way. He did enter the pits just a tad bit too quickly. That's wow. That's gotta hurt. I would be sour. I would have a sour taste in my mouth off of that. I would be so upset with myself. I mean, I've been there, so I know how I would feel, especially with the battle that he was having, or that he was close to having with Myri. Myri able to just become out of reach with a one singular move. That is very fortunate for him, as now you have Breedlove out. I don't know about. We're gonna return back to the battle between Zach and Gianna here. It's Porsche versus Honda. Porsche can have some nasty liftoff oversteer, but I heard the NSX just tries to kill you when you least expect it, so both drivers are very good. Let's see who wins out between these two. As you already see there, the Honda getting a little squirrely under Gianna, but he's still keeping up with Zach, actually closing the gap there, well within slipstream range. So this next long straightaway into turn 2 is going to be the start of the next battle for if Zach can hold out for 20 minutes. Albert with an amazing corner there. Hit that apex perfectly and accelerated right on time. It's looking like he's having the better lap at this current moment. Those three previous corners, he's been spot on. Oh, manages to save it. What a save. Oh my god, fortunately, Albert gets to reset here. Zach getting the tiniest bit of breathing room. But it's not much. 1 second of breathing room. And these next corners, Albert, last lap was taking them extremely well compared to Zach. So far, shaved 0.2 of a second off. This time, Albert driving a little bit more conservatively, but still shaved 0.2 of a second though. So once again, that corner just really gets the NSX upset. My god, that pull the Honda has though when he was within slipstream range. Oh my holy smokes, he's pulling on Zach. Zach actually having to go defensive. Jenna on the outside. Actually pulling ahead of Zach. Zach's still right next to him. Jenna now in front of him. Don't know if he's gonna go defensive. Zach goes in for the dive. The switchback is happening live as we speak. Oh, almost an attempt to switch back there. Jenna got hard on the accelerator, but almost slipped out, having both of them touched not once but twice. What a move. What great fighting here. Both of them throwing elbows out. Jenna currently up ahead. This is Zach's opportunity now to fall within slipstream range. Looks like Jenna has the better exit there as he's now pulling away from Zach. Went a little bit wide there. Zach's gonna have the advantage this lap. And he does. He's pulling right alongside him. Actually passes Jenna. Jenna forced once again to have to redo what just became undone. Oh, that corner is just not behaving. Or that corner, that NSX is just not behaving the way Howard is trying to tame the beast around corner 3. Is where you see the NSX get a little bit squirrely. In fact, this corner as well, upon exiting, you'll see the NSX from time to time get a little squirrely. This time though, Albert nice and controlled. Zach always looking like he's nice and controlled. Mr. Consistency right here. Albert within the slipstream range. I think Zach might go defensive. He decides against it. Albert this time baiting, trying to bait Zach into taking the defensive line. So far not working. Still keeping it within half a second. With 14 minutes and 25 seconds left in the race, there's still plenty of time for moves to be made. At this point, it's up to Zach to keep that consistent driving. It's up to Albert here to put his head down and try to tame the wild beast that the NSX is really proving to be, as we're seeing here. He has to pace. He has to drive. He just needs to put down those nice, clean, consistent laps with that pace, and we'll have a shot to come out on top. That corner is the Achilles heel of the NSX, is what I'm starting to notice. The third corner really upsetting the car. Well, to be honest, it could also be the way he's taking that corner, and not the most ideal line. In fact, we can actually see the two lines that both these drivers take in the helicopter view. As they are both fairly close together. Hopefully we'll be able to see it. If not, we're just gonna have to showcase one and the other. Well, not the best showcasing of the line, as Zach didn't quite exactly clip the apex of that torn, but nonetheless is pulling away, since Gena made a little mistake there. You had your volume up, you would have noticed that Gena clipped a little bit of the gravel. If it's not gravel, the sandy patch. Forced him to take a different line and slow down dramatically. And now he is 2.3 seconds away from Zach. As we started with 6 drivers, and now we're down to 4. It's safe to say that Myri here, claiming P4, still driving amazingly consistent, by the way. And as I said, he goes wide. Oh Lord, I'm just gonna point the camera back at these two. Oh, embarrassing. And nonetheless, though, that doesn't change the fact that Myri has been driving pretty consistently. Whenever we do showcase him, you'll see him actually hitting the apexes pretty much nearly identical from lap to lap. Interesting to note that his pace has actually improved by a lot. And his last lap, although was a little dirty, was extremely fast compared to his personal best. 2/10 faster than his personal best, so good on him. Noah McComber is still claiming the personal best of the night, rating a low 129 or a mid 129. And currently still sitting in P1, running away from everybody else. The distance between him and Manriquez is 17 seconds, since Manriquez and Guiana were battling it out for a good number of laps. Now that we have 8 minutes 11 seconds left in the fight, it's pretty safe to say that there are gonna be no more battles. Potentially more battles. And now that we have some downtime, might as well check out some accidents. Let's see the accidents of the night. Accidents and yellow flags of the night. In the beginning, you had apparently contact between... Oh yeah, we did have contact. We're gonna load this up. Between McComber and Francis, I believe. Oh, that's what happened. That's why Francis went wide. He gave a little love tap to McComber. Probably wasn't expecting the severe slowdown. More severe than usual slowdown. It ain't so. We have Guiana out in the dirt. Out on the little sandy patch there. And he's back on track. They'll hold it down. P3. Myri about 27 seconds ahead. Behind. Again, now 14 and a half seconds from Zach. So it's safe now. Definitely safe to say that what we're watching is how they're gonna finish. Let's see what exactly happened to Guiana. He actually had 2 accidents that we can review there. 2 yellow flags. Let's check it out here. This was the first one. He went wide for whatever reason. Took a really good line. McComber, I'm not sure what happened to him. Oh, okay. So the painted section of the track really upsets his car. Probably too heavy on the throttle while going over that. Let's actually see what happened this last one. Was this just a repeat? So far so good. Braking on time. It's a repeat. My the way the NSX reacted to that corner, it seemed like it bottomed out and ate the lip pretty nasty. So if I were Kiana, I would probably raise the lip or just the front of the car, maybe 1 or 2 millimeters. That would probably give him the clearance to fully and aggressively take that corner and not suffer as bad of a consequence. The only downside would be aerodynamics and possible suspension play that he would have to figure out. But that's quite unfortunate. While we're here, let's check out some other incidents, shall we? Let's see what happened here. Yeah, Ferrari against Mercedes. BMW not far behind. Oh! That is what happened that corner. That makes a lot of sense. He probably got just a tiny bit distracted. Didn't break in time. I've been there, I've done that. But luckily though, he only took himself out. He didn't out his fellow competitor. Even though both of them are now out of the race. Womp womp. Believe it or not, there weren't many accidents or yellow flags after that. We just had a bunch of personal bests. So overall, this session has been pretty clean for the most part. I mean, I can showcase like some other little tidbits, but we've seen it on stream. People going just a little bit wide, like turn 2. I don't think it's worth showing or worth embarrassing any of our drivers any more than what we've seen here. Let's keep the camera on Kiana and see how he takes this corner. Though this corner has been really biting him in the ass. He's now staying away, respecting that corner. You love to see it, but hate to see it so late in the race and having your race be affected because of that. Still P3 though. Still P3 though. Up and back in the front, you got McComer running around the track like he owns it. Zach Manriquez trying to catch up to McComer. With 50 seconds left in the race, it is super highly unlikely that that anything happens between them. But you know, fingers crossed, there could be a last minute battle for whatever reason. You never know. And McComer is now
Okay, the leader is on the final lap now. Give it all you can.
on the final lap. Keep the camera pointed at him since he hasn't been shown a lot of love these last couple minutes. He's been pretty much on a Sunday cruise is what it looks like. Racing alone, driving alone. Putting down Sada laps. Had a little bit of trouble towards in the beginning of the race, but managed to pull it together. Come out on top, currently in P1, potentially remaining in P1. barring any other issues. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen, your winner
The leader has finished the race.
for Red Bull Ring here is Noah McComber as he celebrates their drifting. Started that donut. There we go. Nicely done, dude. Definitely worth a celebration there. Zach Manriquez coming in, finishing P2. As he tries to avoid and does avoid. Now joining in with the donuts. Guiana P3. And last but not least, Jacob Myring here, who through sticking it out, being fairly consistent with his driving, secures P4. So next week we are in Kyalami. One of my personal favorites is actually quite a fun track. Very technical in some sections and very flowy in others. It's definitely a track that once you get into the groove of things, and you can keep that nice consistent groove, that nice consistent flow throughout the whole track. That if you can put some really good laps basically, and consistency is the key, and definitely in Kyalami, because there are some corners where you just cannot afford to make mistakes. Let's just put it lightly. So stay tuned for that, because that'll be definitely fun to see. And nonetheless, tonight's race, it was a small grid. Can't be mad or can't be upset at it. You know, we make do with what we get. Everyone got a lot of screen time. So there's that. Congrats once again to Noah McComber taking P1 over Guiana. For whatever reason, it says it on my thing that he took P2. But Albert Guiana for P3, Zach Manriquez for P2, and Jacob Myring for P4. Before we call it a night. Showcase the website. That's 5firacing.com. You put that in the URL. That's 5 firacing.com. RACING.com. You put that, press enter, loads up this beautiful website. You can click on SimGrid at Discord. Check us out on Twitch or YouTube. If you're, watching this live, you're on Twitch. If you're not watching it live, you're probably watching it on the YouTube after. Every once in a while, I'll drop in and see the comments if there are any, or comment myself. Because on Instagram, we don't post much, but we do post, and same thing with Reddit. You know, figure out what these buttons do. I'm not gonna tell you. SimGrid, though, we just finished our mixed class, so if you wanted to join in on that, too late. Maybe next time. I swear, if there is not a lot of people in the grid, I will go ahead and register myself. I'm a rookie. I mean, I guess. I mean, sure. No, I will hit register. I will register, you know. And fill up the grid. Nonetheless, though, we have. I mean, I already told you guys. We're in Kyalami next round. There's 2 more rounds left, and the standings is fairly close. I mean, you have Macomer winning P1 today. Jake Finn, I believe he's the driver that's not going to be showing up. Zach Manriquez winning P2. So at this current moment, if Chandler Williams doesn't show up anymore, it's going to be Albert Guiana, Zach Manriquez, and Noah Macomer. Those 3 are going to be battling it out for the gold split in P1. Although, I'm going to be honest, Jake Finn might actually take P3. Depending on how that point system works. Stay tuned to find out. In the silvers, though, you have Francis showed up but left, so he'll get a placing nonetheless. Love showed up but left, he'll get a placing nonetheless. These 2 will actually be moving up on the grid, so that's something. Myri was here, so he's gonna be moving up by a lot. Looking like if no one else shows up, those 3 are gonna be battling it out for P1, P2, P3 potentially. And depending on points, it's looking like Art might actually do the same thing and land himself in P3 by the end of the season. We'll find out. Only time will tell to see what exactly happened there. But nonetheless, I've been talking way too much. Hopefully you guys had fun watching the stream or enjoying the stream with the small little grid of drivers. We usually have a much larger, more full, more packed out grid, but you know, it is what it is. I'll see you guys later, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, wherever you are. And if not, you better make it good, you know. Ain't no time to have a bad day. I'll see you guys later.
in a loop. Maybe I'm calling for you, and I'm stuck in a loop. Maybe I'm calling for you, and I'm stuck. Maybe I'm calling for you, and I'm stuck in a loop. Baby, I'm calling for you, and I'm stuck in a loop. I'm stuck in a loop. Baby, I'm calling for you, and I'm stuck. I'm stuck in a loop. Baby, I'm calling.